Hi everyone, welcome to this week weekly market update. So remember to like and follow my Facebook page if you haven't. I will be providing a weekly market update what happened on last week, just a quick summary, and as well as what coming up for the coming week to watch out for. So as we can see that last week, right, three main US indices closes higher for the weeks, with Nasdaq up over 4%. But we can see that there's some red sign. The market was not doing good on last Friday itself. Mainly a couple of reasons because Intel and IBM fall after the reports earnings, and maybe it's because at the all-time high. But there's also energy stocks like they fell as well along with the price of the crude oil. Mainly it's because of the crude oil inventory. They actually build up, as we can see that there's inventory reports last week as well. And beside that, right, because people might worry on the new pandemic restriction in China will curb the fuel demand as well. As we can see that for China side, if you have been following on the COVID virus, right, China might experience a second wave of COVID pandemic with the cases as Shanghai has imposed lockdown on two of the China's best known hospital after they was linked to new corona cases. So coronavirus cases. So I will share the article link in my Facebook page. You all can read as well. So because of this, right, crude oil actually fell around 1.94% to $52 per barrel. So and the Brent was at 55.21. So down at 1.59% on the day as well. So beside that, however, Nasdaq closed good is because maybe Apple rose on Friday itself. Apple actually went up, and beside that, Facebook and Microsoft has also rallied. So this might be due to the market is pricing in on the news earning report for this coming week, as we know that this coming week there is a big tax earnings report. So you can see that for this week earnings report, right? Uh, this week earnings report we can see is Microsoft on the Tuesday itself, then followed by AMD. If you are watching on Intel, all right, Intel is I mean, it's same industry. So beside that, on Wednesday will be Apple, Tesla, Facebook, all the big technology sector. So watch out on that if you are holding any index or if you are holding any of the shares itself. So, but of course, the price is very priced if you look at the chart itself. So, like for example, Apple is expected to post a first ever quarter 100 billions in revenue on Wednesday itself. So this is mainly driven by the iPhone 12 in line with the continued demand of the Macs and iPad due to work from home. All right. So opportunity don't come, sometimes it's because market actually price before what will happen on the earnings. Sometimes you can get a feel or get a sentiment of the market itself or the economy itself or the company earnings before it actually announced. All right. So for the coming week, watch out beside the tech reports. All right, beside the tech report, watch out that FOMC meeting on the Tuesday or Wednesday, if I'm not wrong. You all can check. But don't expect the Fed to take any actions. All right, don't expect the Fed. I don't expect any changes on the interest rate as well. All right. Even though they know that the economy data is not good, they are not going to cut. Definitely, they are really very low right now. Definitely, we don't talk about increasing of the interest rate at this point of time as well. So I think we'll just stay tuned. Next thing, beside that, for people who are into Bitcoin, right? US first woman Treasury Secretary will be announced. Final vote will be set on Monday because Yellen has been nominated still through the Senate panel. All right. So right now, why I say Bitcoin trader have to watch out is because I think uh, I think she actually mentioned something on Bitcoin, saying that Bitcoin is like a like a tools or a currency for those kind of uh, uh, you know those kind of washing money, those kind of uh, illegal activities out there. So because of this comment, might be because Bitcoin is too high, that's why the price for Bitcoin has been coming down for the past few days, right? Last few days. So watch out if let's say if you are a cryptocurrency trader. All right, I think she is quite against with it. All right, so without further ado, all right, next thing, right? Just a couple of things. As you can see that from the news, right, there's a lot of news coming out. It's like, wow, trading volume has been increasing. All right. Like for example, equity average daily volume for 2021 so far is already 14.7 million itself. Right. So we can see that there's a lot of traders out there, a lot of investors out there is pumping money into the market. All right. It's firstly, but the economy we know is no good, right? But why people is pumping? All right. Where is the money go to? Okay. Mostly, right? They are buying Tesla, this kind of big company names. All right. Buying Tesla, speculations or investment. I'm not very sure out there. But when we came on this kind of news, right? Like even for Chinese stock market, billions of new investors also piling in money when we come off this kind of crumbs, right, in the news itself to say this kind of wow, new money is floating in, is good, is pushing the market. But what happened if let's say everything disappeared in one shot? Yeah, the market right now with at the current high price, right, it will cause the drop to be even faster. But of course, we can look at the chart itself. Like I mentioned, right, we don't anticipate the chart to drop. All right, we don't anticipate. So at this point of time, it's still trading with the upbridge. Can you see? Even though I say whatever candle bearish, but it doesn't. It's continue to go up. Why? Mainly is because that we know there's free money from the Fed itself, all right, from Biden, from stimulus. Don't fight again with a big cash cow out there. Correct or not? So we continue right until it really came down. But you might say that once it came down, it's too late. Correct or not? But of course, it's how you manage the risk. Correct or not? If let's say today you do some trade, you know that my trading style is always come with a stop loss. If you manage trade, I mean, it won't kill you after all. But if you have been shorting all along, okay, so since July, if you have been shorting July, you might earn some profit in between, but ultimately you're still losing. Correct or not? So don't go against the trend. All right. So next thing, I will continue to watch out if I want, like I mentioned previously. I will then choose to long somewhere here, right? I will look long somewhere here instead. So I will see whether it will come down. That's a good thing for me to long. So I won't short it. Uh, of course, there's a lot of profit if you want, but I won't choose to short lah. Alright, this is subjective to individual. Alright, so please take note as my weekly update, right? As my this video is for weekly update. So what I have recommended for last 2 weeks, right? Those watch lists, those chart is still valid. Please do not dump me aside after after weeks ago. Alright, the things don't happen or it need times to boil. It's not immediately the next week. So sometimes people might be looking for very very short term trading, day traders. But my strategy is not really for day trader. Alright, sometimes it might, but sometimes it's not. I'm looking for mid-terms. I mean, 2 to 3 weeks position swing trade, this kind of thing. So don't expect things to work out within 1 week itself. All right. So share with you some certain counter that is don't work within weeks, but it's still towards the target that I'm monitoring. All right. One things to take note. First of all, I will go through on this ACB because I mentioned it last week. All right. For ACB, right, I say I'm looking for the target price of 1680, but I need to watch out. All right. Couple of things need to watch out. I mentioned in my last week video. You can go take a look in my Facebook page. So market has been pulling back. What causes the markets to drop? Mainly this reason. Right, they are doing some financing arrangement, raising money. They actually BMO Capital Market and ATB Capital Market. They acquired the unit. Of course, the price have to come down, right? So they actually bought issuing 12 million units price at 10.45. All right, this is very important. 10.45. Today, if let's say you are BMO or ATB, 10.45 is what you bought. So will you let it go down? I'm not sure. All right, let's based on chart itself, it seems like it's trading up, trading with the trend itself. We can see. All right, we can see so it's uptrend intact, mini uptrend since November 2020, because a lot of people is actually speculations when Biden taking on this cannabis, right? I mentioned last week. So if let's say 10.45 is the final price for them, whereby they bought in, I don't think they will allow it to come down so that much. So I'm putting a 10% buffer. My stop loss is $9. If you want to continue long with a 20-day moving average as your indicator, you can actually long it and then put somewhere stop loss here. All right, but my call was given to buy at 10.40. It came down. All right, still above 10.45. Stop loss is at $8. But for first immediate stop loss is at $9, a 10% buffer. All right, so this is how I'm looking at ACB at this point of time. Next counter, we will be looking at US oil. Yes, we mentioned that US oil. So for US oil, draw this big resistance, correct or not? Uh, After the price hitting 52.50, so spike of cases of COVID I mentioned last week, not going to repeat again. The market actually being resisted. All right, so with the crude oil inventory spike up, I will continue to see US oil to retrace, and maybe I'm looking at level around somewhere not so far to 42. All right, I'm looking at 50. I did some charges now. Right, yeah, 49, 48, 49 will be my first price. All right, I'll just leave it here. So, all right, so I will save my this chart. Then I will see how it goes next week. All right, like I say, you don't expect next whole week to hit. It might take 2 weeks or it might take one day. We never know. But my view is actually a pullback at this point of time. All right, for next one of the counter I mentioned, LU, look thanks. All right, can you see that? I mentioned 2 weeks ago. I said my continuous sideways trending upward breaking below 30 is turned invalid. If you have long any price in between, any price last since 2 weeks ago, all right, any price here, all right, it hit my first Fibo TP. Can you see that? So it's not a one day, but on Thursday itself, it's really a good run. It went to 50% Fibo, and right now I'm looking for my second TP. Otherwise, people who took the first TP, still congratulations to you, right? So this is what I mean. It's not just the next day, all right? So you need time to boil, remember. Okay, next few counter I'm going to recommend, right, is actually just a review trade. Of course, I will pick one new watch list, new counter later as well, but let's review because of solar is very important, as we know that Biden is coming on this clean energy. So let's review first of all MAX I mentioned before. All right, this one, see that, right? So when did I mention? I don't know. If I start drawing from here, it's somewhere October last year, right? So I mentioned will be moved and then eventually will go higher. So right now, where is it? Since IPO day, here is IPO all way high. Can you see that? So I have friends who actually long somewhere here. All right, congrats to them. Continue, right? All right, next counter, VVP. I mentioned all these three counter together on one video itself together. All right, next thing. Can you see that? See, I even have my last quote. All right, I mentioned if you hold on, congrats. Let's continue, right? All right, first it hit my first TP 1140, and right now I think there's some pullback, and then we continue, right? All right, next thing, next counter will be ARRY. Yeah, this counter I remember. I play a game. I say if you comment secret counter in my Facebook page, you will be rewarded with the counter name. Alright, so what happened? Pullback. Can you see that? I mentioned I shut here. Went up, pullback, go up, pullback to resistance, turn support, continue right higher. Alright, continue to hold. Nothing wrong. This is a good FA company. I mentioned previously. If you have initiate to take to comment on it, right, you might have be rewarded as well. Alright, next thing will be on the this is a new counter never mentioned. I'm watching it right now. Solar. Alright, with the hype, what will happen to the solar? This is listed in China. If not listed in China, company in China, established in China. So for this, right, I can see that you can take a look from the weekly chart. Alright, spike up. Let's take a look at the longer term. Alright, somewhere resistant. Alright, spike up. And then market consolidate. Right now hitting, I think this is 20-day weekly moving average. So if you prefer to ride with the trend, alright, is a good signal for you to enter. Alright, otherwise there's another way is to enter after the breakout. So either way, I have to manage your risk, remember. So if let's say I'm looking at a daily time frame, alright, it touches my first 100-day moving average, close to 100-day moving average spike up. So will it be continuous spike? I'm not sure. Trading with the trend, I'm not sure. But with the solar technology, with the help of solar, I'm looking for something, a flag. Right, let's remove everything. It's too messy. All right, I'm looking for something like a flag. Okay, then this is the consolidate. Then we continue spike up. So this is the range I'm measuring. All right, how far? It can go 200. I think I charged just now lah, so I'm not going to charge too far. All right, my first TP will be 100. We shall see how it goes. All right, so manage your risk if you like the trend of the solar right now at this point of time. All right, next counter, which I'm going to mention is a new one. Wait, give me a second. All right, this will be the new one in my watch list. Is EHTH. All right, eHealth. All right, eHealth. See, I draw this one quite long ago. It's inside my watch list. I review my watch list sometimes. Actually, most of the times lah. All right, but sometimes I search for new stocks. So I have put this one in my new watch list. All right. Firstly, first look lah. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Right, breakdown, come down. But this is also act as a neckline. If a neckline didn't break down and it went higher, meaning invalid, right? All right. So right now, I have made two resistance line. First resistance line being supported came down. Second resistance line right now is a triangle. It broke up. Can you see that? It broke up. Okay. So let me remove those unnecessary. Okay, it broke up. So right now, with the volume coming in, with the news of self, I think eHealth is working something with Biden's. This is actually to deliver the medicines or this. So I might like to see some pullback to long, right? Because why? We can see that market on Friday is turning red, correct? Or not? So market indexes itself might turn red for the coming weeks. I'm not sure. All right, I don't predict. But if I want to long here, nothing wrong. I just have to manage my risk. Anything below $68, right? Anything below $68, I will cut. Okay, so this is what I say by managing the risk. If it come lower, I enter, I have a lower risk. If I enter now, I have a higher risk. That's all. But I just manage my position size. All right, my first target will be 93, followed by 100. All right, so this is my new watch list to monitor. All right, so that's all for this week. Weekly market update. Remember to follow me. Stay tuned. Of course. So sorry. Last thing, like I said, always it's not a one-time thing. Remember, US dollar. So sorry. Just to bring you guys back, US dollar. I'm still looking for strength. Right, even the market has been coming down for last 4 days. But like I say, this kind of thing you need time to boil. All right, so we will see whether it will continue to breach 88. Otherwise, it's a good support here. So I just continue to monitor. All right, so this is what I mean. It's not a 1 week trading. It's not a very very short term trading. All right, it can take up to a month, 3 weeks for to make things happen. All right, so this is my this week weekly market update. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If yes, remember to share it out. Remember to like my Facebook page and remember to follow my Telegram as well. Thank you everyone. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.